So Metroid II, I got this game a little bit after it came out, and it was my first Metroid experience. Well, not exactly the first, but it was the first Metroid game I played through. I had seen Metroid on a friend's NES. They rented it like one weekend, and it looked very mysterious, and I really wanted to play it. But I never got to. I think I should turn that down slightly. And it had these ads like, be afraid, be very afraid. They seem to be kind of imitating the Alien, or Alien 3 I think had just come out around the same time. And they were kind of trying to draw some attention to this game from that movie, I think, just from some similarities. How are you doing, Polycarbonic? So, I haven't played this in a few years. I've replayed it a bunch of times, but I thought I'd see if I can run through it tonight. The title screen music is pretty neat. The thing that brings me back to this game the most is the music. It is such a unique soundtrack. I think a lot of people don't like it very much, but it's... There's nothing... no other game that sounds quite like this. And it always stuck with me. Yeah, it's very alien. It just ends with this marching sound, and I think it just restarts with the dings any moment now. Yeah, there it goes. So that's the title music. I talked over a lot of it, but here we go. So, you can get into your ship to refill. It's actually kind of funny. So there's nothing off to the left. If you crawl all the way up to the top, which I can't do right now, but there's actually a refill station on the left and right inside your ship, and you can't see them. They refill your energy and missiles. And if you went all the way up to the sky, like some radiation up there would start eating away at you. Kinda keeps you from escaping the world. So like this first music track kinda... oh, yeah, there's a shortcut here. I can skip the first area. I don't think there's much... it's sort of like a tutorial area anyway. So, unlike the first Metroid, you start with the ball off the bat. And you start with some missiles. So I've got 30 missiles here. I can select to get them. And when you pause, it tells you how many Metroids are left in the current area. So I have to find one Metroid and destroy it before I can proceed. There's another shortcut right here, I seem to recall. I'm wondering if this is the first game I had that sort of had the concept of a speedrun in it, or it had a timer at the end. There's slightly different endings depending on how fast you beat it. I think the cutoff is 2 hours. For the best ending. Oh, here. I always like how you can switch to missiles while the Metroid's popping out. So I think up here... yeah, there's a little refill station. okay in the wall. But now that the Metroid's left at 0, like at the bottom right there, there will be an earthquake. And the earthquake opens up the next pathway. Which actually would have been to the right, had I gone that way off the bat, but I skipped it to come here faster. But I think we'll go past a lava field shortly, so we'll get to see it. So, in the bottom right, when you're not paused, it shows you how many Metroids exist on the planet. So, the story, which is all told in the manual, there's no like in-game cutscenes, is that after Metroid 1, in Metroid 1, the space pirates had found like this mysterious life form, the Metroid, and it was the source of terrible power or something. So you were there to put a stop to it. So this area had been... these little holes here had been full of lava before. And then if you got here, there would have been like lava right here. And if you try to go down here, the lava would burn you constantly and you'd take damage. You can actually do some kind of like sequence skipping by going through the lava really fast and like getting to an area that's not flooded. But I don't know how useful that is, except to maybe weird speedruns, but I haven't really seen what the speedrun route looks like. So this is what the lava usually looks like, and just constant damage. And so you can see how there's like a gap down there. You could actually jump down there. There's like a big room under here. But I would take massive amounts of damage, so I'm not going to go down there. So here's one of the quiet music themes that's kind of like this bubbling sound. So did I explain that? So you put a stop to the space pirates, but since you'd learned about the Metroids, you wanted to go to the Metroid home planet and just eradicate them all, and that's what your mission is. So it's the planet SR388. And you've got your Metroid tracker, which says there's 38 more Metroids. And you're just out to get rid of them all. So, in between areas, there's a lot of these vertical rooms, a lot like the NES game. That sort of separate different areas. I forget whether I want to go up first or down first. I'll try up here. Okay, so here we're entering a room, a big kind of cavern with a building inside. So I could probably walk all around the outside of the building, but it would be difficult to do it without having some tools, and I bet there's some useful tools in here somewhere. So I'm just gonna hunt around this building a little bit. There's that door, you need 5 missiles to open. Okay, so here's a bomb. This is very useful. You get in the ball, you can drop a bomb. But you can also use the bomb to break holes in the floor. Hi there, Axio, how's it going? And also, if you fall down in there, you need to use the bomb to sort of jump yourself out. It's sort of weird, like a lot of these rooms are very kind of rubber stamp, like they have the same shapes but a few little variations in them. So, wait, there's a space to go to the right there. Left is back the way I came. Okay, here's the top of the room. So the bomb is a very major item. Oh, those things are little, like, robot crows that shoot at you. I remember that you can crawl on the top of that one. Hey, there's an energy tank. Those are pretty useful. So that just doubled my life capacity. Each one adds 100 points. Oh yeah, there you can see the crow thing. Okay, so I go to the right, I can go to the left. So I think in this area I'm most likely to find a bunch of missiles. Oh, what's this? Oh, Ice Beam. I didn't realize I get that this early. So it's funny, I feel compelled to like check all of these. I think there's like one of these where you can go through the wall up there, but all of them have this little spot underneath that you can get into. So now I can freeze stuff. And that's kind of useful, because you can freeze stuff in midair and then jump on it. Okay, I won't go to the right just yet. Just want to see if there's a top area. So this is interesting. There's like a big space up there. The question is how to get to it. Okay, so that's the way out. So I bet I could crawl upwards there. I guess I should check this room here first. That one's kind of awkward. This one's hard to get, but you can get a little kind of damage boost thing there. So unlike Super Metroid, you can't ball yourself in midair. They're very often... Oh, okay. That's a really important item. It looks kind of like a glowing fried egg. I guess we'll see it very soon then. Didn't realize you got that quite that early in this game. It's such a kind of super powered item. So there's 4 Metroids in this area that I gotta find. And here there's a place to fall. Alright, so here it is. Here's the item. It's the spider ball. And this lets you stick to walls and then kind of just like ride along them. I think there's a shortcut to get back here. I think I need this to get out of here because it's a big vertical shaft. There we go. Alright, so now that I have the spider ball... See, that's a Metroid casing, like a Metroid... They kind of molt. Oh, here it is. So whenever you see one of those, there's probably a Metroid around. And it's popped out of its shell. Or not its shell, but its first form. Every time they change forms. Something about the radiation on this planet. So now that I have this ball, I guess I can go up here and see what this is about. More missiles. Those are pretty useful. So this room looks a lot like the other room that had a couple of missiles in it, but missiles in different places. So, I'm not sure how much more of this cavern we need to investigate. I feel like we might be done here. Sometimes, you know, if you crawl up along the ceiling, you can often find like an energy ball to recharge your energy up there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything useful up here, so I'm just gonna... There's 3 Metroids left, and I think they're all down at the lower path. So I'm just gonna move on. So here's the lower path. Ah, yep, there's already a Metroid egg here. Oh, okay, so we can't even go this way till we have the... Yeah, you need the bomb to pass. So it's a little bit of a tutorial thing, I guess. Get the bomb to proceed. This would be hard to get through without the spider ball. Little flat bugs are hard to hit. Alright, here we go. There's another egg case. Oh, and we're going down. I bet every one of these did, and there's a third Metroid egg case. So I bet every one of these doors now has a Metroid behind it. Scary fungus stuff. Yeah, I really like the look of some of the areas. Alright, so there's probably another one over here. Oh! Taking quite a bit of damage here. Puffballs and mycelium. So when your health gets low, you kind of get these buzzing sounds, which gets louder and faster the lower your health is. So it's not quite as annoying as the that beeps in like Zelda or something like that. So I think there should be a third one over here. Okay. There we go. Ah, got it. Sometimes you can find like a hidden charge station in these places, but I don't think I spotted one. Okay. So we're down to 34 Metroids, and there's going to be 8 in the next area. You can see from your pause menu. Ah! All right. So that's it. They give you your basic adventuring tools and then a little model of what to do, I guess. And then after this, what happens after this is kind of similar. Like, a new area opens up, you get new abilities, but it's not about backtracking like later Metroid games were. It's just kind of, the new abilities are just a new thing you can do that's applicable to the areas ahead of you rather than the ones you've already been in. Kind of a different style than before. Or than after, I should say. Like, the first Metroid didn't really have a goal of backtracking or anything like that either. But it was just sort of non-linear, so you could kind of do things in a few different orders. Whereas Super Metroid, it has a pretty linear kind of intended path, but that linear path goes all the way across the world, so, and back and forth. And you get to revisit places and try out new things and all that sort of thing. But not here. This is Metroid II. This is before that. This is before Metroidvania. So this place was full of lava before. I could have gone down here, but the lava would melt me. So we just go deeper. I believe this particular enemy that's like a spiky head with a fishtail, it's called a Mohique. Ah, okay. So I can't go this way. This is, I guess, the next area. There's a foreboding Metroid husk, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the music, it really does set the tone for each area and like the type of environment. Like, you have all these recurring themes. Like the opening area you know, it's bright and upbeat, and it's just sort of your return to progress, I guess. Adventuring to the next place, rather than... Oh, okay, so I'm not seeing any enemies here, so I'm expecting... Yeah. That was my tip-off. I don't think Metroids ever appear in a room with other enemies. It's probably... Well, it would be really inconvenient. For the player to have to dodge both at once, I guess, but... Alright, so here's the second... The second House of the Chozo, I guess. Oh, we've got these pipes that go across the room. Ooh. It's a nice refill. Okay, there's a save. So that's kind of funny. You just walk through and nothing happens. But investigate down here, we find this sort of sunken area. Oh, there's another Metroid casing? What do we want to call that? It's like a molting. There's a nice missile up there. Is there something over here? Maybe not. Oh, I think there's a Metroid down here. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. He's right. Just kind of remembering it. So at the moment I've got lots of... Wait, is there something up here? No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah. So those pipes I saw before, you actually get to go up them. Which is kind of neat. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that's funny. It's an empty statue. But hey, there's stuff back there. Oh, a bunch of spheres. Do I have to bomb them? Can I use missile on them? No. Oh, this one you can't bomb. It's a special one. There we are. So this is the Varia. Get to see a cool suit expansion animation. And now I take half damage for the rest of the game, and I get this cool darker suit. So I've heard that the name Varia or Varia was kind of a misspelling of barrier. A lot of Japanese, English to Japanese kind of word migrations lose a bit of the sense between V and B. So that's the explanation I've heard for the name Varia, or Varia. It's a barrier suit. And hi Tark6, I'm doing well. I got a new audio device. I finally replaced my... I had two old ones that were... They worked, but they were really old. And they were starting to do things that annoyed me. So I got a new one. Not an expensive one or anything, just... basically the same one I had, but... newer, probably less likely to... have buggy probs now and then. Oh! It's mutated. So the Metroids are all like armored on some parts and weak on other parts. It's a really weird kind of hitbox. You kind of get used to it after playing the game for a while, but... Okay, we got 5 more. Oh. So I think this one here is an Alpha Metroid, and the one I just fought is a Beta Metroid. Alright, so there's gonna be 2 more down here, I guess? Oh, this is where I could really use the wave beam. I wonder if the wave beam's in this area. It might be. Okay. Alright, not too bad. I'm just checking over here because I think... Oh! Wait, is there going to be another one? What is this room for? This is odd. That seems very odd. So I got 3 Metroids. No map in this one? No. This is the... There is no map in Metroid II. The world's also not exactly... I don't think it would quite fit on a grid. I think there's a couple places where it overlaps. In a way that isn't... It would seem fine if you played it, like you wouldn't notice. But if you had an auto map, they'd have to... Like they just wouldn't have done it. But you don't need to know how all the areas connect with each other like you do in Super Metroid or later Metroids. It's kind of not that kind of game. So the lack of map isn't really a big problem. It's just sort of like a series. It's pretty linear, and it's kind of a series of isolated caverns. Like each one is its own kind of little episode. So you can get lost, but it's also something you can keep track of without a map. When I was a kid, I actually made a very complete map to it. I just drew out everything. And then I mailed it to my favorite video game magazine, thinking they'd want to publish it or something. And I'm sad about that, because I would have liked to still had that. That was a cool project that I spent a lot of time working on. And I don't know what they did with it. I assume they had to throw it out or something, like on somebody's fridge. Well, it was like in a big duotang, like I don't know how many pages it was, but it was like probably like 50 pages of hand-drawn maps and stuff. Is this the way I came in? Yeah. So there might be a room up here, or this might have been the top of the area. I do like how if you take damage in midair, you can kind of get an extra jump. Oh, here we are. They should have published it. It would have been nice if they acknowledged it or something, like they wrote about it. So oftentimes on the top of the caverns you can find either an energy ball or a missile recharge kind of station. But what I want to do is like drop down on the building from above. See what's up top. Aha! See, there's a high entrance. Oh! Check this out. So we get to see this Metroid hatch. Or it's not really hatching, it's molting. It's mutating. It's emerging. Okay, so there's one more in this area somewhere. Aha, and here's the other pipe. Oh, I wonder how to get up there. So there must be a pipe to get up there, or maybe I can get in from above. Oh, this place. I think I might be headed for the high jump boots, actually. So I was saying, like, you know, you do go through the game gradually collecting abilities, but it's not like Super Metroid where new things you unlock give you new possibilities in places you've already been. They're just more like a new facet of play for the areas that come after. So I think I'm about to get high jump boots here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not remembering this correctly. Yeah, it'd be easier to go back to areas I've already been, but usually there's not much to get there except for if you need more missiles. The final boss, you kind of want to have a lot of missiles, and if you don't, you might want to hunt around the world to find them all. Okay, so how do I get down there? There's a secret path. This looks promising. There they are. I knew it. Okay, do we want to check out down here? So it's not just one. It seems like there's a bunch of these where that corner is... Ah, here we are. That's how I get that energy tank. And now I don't have to do the damage thing to get up there. Actually, I could have also used the spider ball to get up there. I wonder how many missiles I have. Does it tell me? No. Alright, so there's one more Metroid in this area somewhere. And... I don't know. Yeah, the other thing is... with the save system and everything, like, it's a very... It's a game you can play stop and go, and they expected you to. Like, it was... a very kind of long game for a Game Boy game. And if you play this over the course of, like, months or whatever, like I did the first time I played it, you can definitely, like, forget where you've been and stuff like that. So making yourself a map could definitely help. Tonight I'm trying to play it in one session. And doing it that way might be a little easier to keep it all in your head at once. Oh! This is interesting. Is this the wave beam? Ha! Okay. And we're dealing with all that icy stuff. And it's funny, like, the spider ball has so much, gives you so much opportunity for slowly exploring every corner of the world. Okay, so what I was really doing was trying to get up here. So otherwise I don't know how to get out of this area. Like, it is slow to move around the corners and stuff, so... Yeah. Well, what I remember is, like, basically, like, when I was a kid, I went over, like, every single corner in the game with this spider ball, and I just dropped bombs everywhere. Hi there, Brigand. How's it going? I don't mind spiders. I don't object to spiders. Okay, so what's up here? Oh yeah, there's this, like, plant thing that spits out little creatures. This might be... Oh! I was expecting darkness, but that's probably the next area. Oh wait, no, the next area... I think it's 2 areas from now that there's, like, a hole at the top where there's darkness. Hey, what's this? Oh, I didn't realize this was this earlier. So this enemy might be called... Oh, I forget its name. It might be Owich, but it might not be. So I remember not knowing what to do with it. You have to attack it with bombs. I don't think any other attack gets to it. And I didn't think of that when I was a kid, so like this enemy, the purpose of it eluded me for a long time. And it drops the spring ball, which I played the whole game without because I didn't know how to defeat this enemy. You don't need the spring ball, but it is a lot more convenient. Like that spot that I just couldn't get out of. Like I can do this. It's faster to go up a tube like that. Oh yeah, I had this game when I was a kid, and I played through it many, many times. So I'm guessing... Oh, there's an entrance. Okay. I think that's the missile I think this should lead to the missile that I saw earlier. Okay. So now I don't really feel like I'm leaving anything else behind, and I believe what we'll find is a Metroid. Yeah, there's the entrance. I think if we go up here... Oh, interesting. Huh. Now I'm wondering... What I was thinking was that the top right of the area would have a little hidey hole for a Metroid, but now I'm wondering how to get up there. Maybe I'm wrong. They gave you the impression that the only enemies are... Oh! Oh wow, I can't... That's interesting, I can't go over that way. So... I just want to check for a moment. I forget if there was a left-right path over here. Because I think that Metroid's either somewhere up there in the these flies were always funny, with the kind of like a baboon butt that you stand on. No, it must be in here. So I feel like I got all the ones inside the building and then in the lower left area. So I think what I need to do is crawl around the wall of the cavern. And they put spikes here so that it'd be hard to crawl up the right side, so I guess I gotta crawl up, go through here and then crawl up the left side. So the third area, if I remember correctly, is not going to be one of these buildings. It's going to be kind of its own organic looking place. Now I felt weird about the space to the left because there was like one room that had nothing in it. Oh, right. So I go up here and then I can come out the top. So I bet I was supposed to kind of use the spider ball. But yeah, as a kid I used to just like take these bombs everywhere. There's actually this little spot you can destroy in the corner of most of these maps, but I don't think it goes anywhere. Could be wrong. And it's a little bit annoying because you've got to back away from your bomb. Oh, this one might have something. Okay, you know what? I'm not sure I ever found that missile before. But I did find that you could bomb the corner of some of these rooms, and because they often like they seem to share a lot of map data with each other. So you get rooms that are like the same as another room, but with like little modifications. And I think because of that, you get things that look like secrets in other places. It's like, hey, you can bomb this corner, but it goes nowhere. Oh yeah, there's definitely got to be something up here. See, like, look all this space. Okay, here's a cavern. There we are. Our last Metroid shell is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. Alright. So we're gonna get a little earthquake. Hey, look at that. It's a little energy refill ball down there. Alright, so that's... Well, I think this is technically Area 3, because the first area... Well, you do 1 Metroid, then you do, like, 3 Metroids, then you did 8. Okay, so now there's 10 in the next area. Oh. It occurs to me that there's an easier way out of this place. I just go back down here and then go back in the way I came. Those enemies are nice because they give you the big health recharge. It's interesting, the water in this game. I'm not sure if it usually affects the physics. There isn't like a gravity suit concept in this. There is like an area with a more viscous liquid, but here it seems like the water doesn't really slow you down. So there's different liquids in this game. There's the lava, which also doesn't slow you down. But there definitely is like a thick water at some point in this game that you get kind of stuck in. That comes later, though. So the next area will have 10 Metroids, and then there will only be 16 Metroids left on the counter. Okay, so previously I couldn't go down here because this was blocked by lava. At some point you kind of have enough energy to be able to run through the lava if you just go wading in it. If you're... What's in there? Trying to think. There's like a special enemy that comes out of a hole in the wall. Okay. So the areas I remember, I think this, what I want to call the third area, but I think it's actually like the fourth or fifth segment. Yeah, this is the music I remember. It's like this organic, sort of woodeny, bamboo-y kind of place, which is really neat. I really love this music theme. Oh! And here's another, so that we've seen 2 lava places I can go back to. So I think I do this, and then I think there's one more kind of civilization area. Actually, this one might have a civilization in it too. I forget. And then there's kind of like a cavey area, and then there's the kind of like lower, gooey Metroid depths area, and then there's like the final area, if I recall. We'll see how much of that was correct when we get there. think there's going to be a Metroid in one of these rooms. Ooh, little needlers. Look at that. Oh, I see. There's just a lot of destroyable blocks here. Yeah, okay. So there is a building here. And the wave beam really helps clear this stuff out. I've got 160 missiles. That seems pretty good. The kind of clicky percussion in this area, it makes me think of like Calypso almost, but in the sort of twisted way of Metroid II. So at this point we've seen 2 mutations of the Metroid. We're probably about due for a 3rd one. Oh! Space jump! I wasn't sure that that was going to be space jump, but... because it felt too early, but I guess not. So... I guess we're Kirby now. We just go anywhere. Okay, so this is the area that's dark, I guess. Oh, no! I'm wrong. Must be the next one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other key items there are to get in the game. The only thing left, I think... well, there's the Spacer Wave and the Plasma Wave. Okay, here's a Metroid. This one's a bit annoying. There's like... some of these blocks are solid and you can stand on them, I think. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, there are. Alright. That seems like something up in the corner. I think there's a missile up here. Aha. Alright. This looks like a good spot for the space jump. So, I think I can go up one of those pipes. No? I'm surprised. I guess not. Oh, there's a pipe you can go up. there a Metroid in here? Aha. So now I really... Aha! I knew it. I knew there was a pipe you could go up. Wait, what's this for? Why did I come up here? Oh! Oh, there it is. Or is it? There's nothing here. This might be another one of those rooms that has a purpose somewhere else. Kind of deals. Well, whatever. 8 Metroids to go. Got the space jump. So, other key items, I know there's a screw attack. Looks like there's space on my inventory for 2 more energy tanks now. I know where one of them is. I think. I can't recall the other. I don't know how many missiles I have, but I know there's over 200. But I think you can beat the final boss with bombs if you run out of missiles, which is something I didn't realize when I was a kid. Kind of an irritating enemy. Yeah, I don't know why I wanted to check over there, I just figured maybe something. I don't think I went left here, I think I came down from above. This is probably a Metroid battle, yeah. I have a lot of vague memories reminding me of where things are. Okay, 7 Metroids. Okay, this is probably Spazer. Let's see if I'm right. Oh no, it's Plasma. How did I skip Spazer then? Already at Plasma. So this is interesting. This room doesn't have the ledge over here we usually get. Oh, looks like I'm getting a raid. Wait until we get a hello here. Hi there, Natsuki. Hello, Enigma Wave. How's it going? Thanks for the raid. What were you up to? Alright, I guess I can just space back up here. I like how you kind of go through the the blocks there. Game Genie codes for Wed NES Day. That sounds like it has some interesting potential. So I don't think I can go down here. Did you find anything fun that way? They can torture you. Okay, so here's the spacer. It gives you the spacer. I love the spacer's little like crab thing, but I'm not gonna get it because the plasma is so much nicer. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have a chance to get plasma again, so I'm just gonna get it. I'm here. Why not show what the spacer does? So the fun thing about the spacer is, like, if you hold it down for rapid fire... the plasma is so much better. If you shoot something with the spacer wave... it will... Oh, look at that! There's, like, light coming out from the top. I think that's neat. Once you hit one thing with the spacer, all the 3 bullets are kind of on their own schedule, so like the middle one got blocked, so now they're firing in a different pattern, but when you start again, they synchronize again. I always thought that was funny. Oh, okay, so there was a spot. Actually, what's down here? Let's go down here first. Okay, so this looks like a bit of a Metroid hole. I like how the rooms are... Oh, there's just a Metroid in the hole. Okay. That wasn't quite what I expected. I forgot about this one. Alright. What happens when you invert Ninja Turtles music? What does that mean? Or are you saying, like, a Game Genie code modified the music from it and it sounded weird, or...? So we have these little stop-and-go robot things. Okay, so that's what I wanted to get to. I wanted to get to... Oh! Oh, here's what I can do. I could... Ah! Yeah, I could stand on one. Kinda jump. There. Oh, I see. You invert the melody. That's interesting. Alright, here's another energy tank. So I've almost got them all. And I think there's, what, 6 Metroids? Yeah. Wait, why can't I go to the left here? Is there anything... No. I don't think there's anything else in here, but... Oh, that's just the way out. Okay. So we should just be able to space jump our way out of here. It's probably the fastest way. I don't know if I need to comb the walls in this place, but I guess I might as well. So I went over... Yeah, so on the ceiling of a lot of these caverns, they have little recharge stations like this. Which is kind of a nice reward for exploring up there. There's definitely one more, like, civilization building. And I went up there before, right? That's what I did. That's how I found that missile, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is a different corner. Anyway. Maybe it was that corner. That's where I found the missile. So what have I got? I've got 200 missiles. I think I'm doing pretty good. Like, I don't really need much more. 200 is probably enough for the final boss, but I can't remember if there is an actual number you need, or... Because you can attack the final boss with bombs, so maybe it doesn't matter. I just remember when I was a kid, I felt I didn't have enough because I kept running out. But there's a second half to this section, and I'm surprised there's like so much in one segment like that. Like, it's basically like 2 areas in one. So here's the other half. Yeah, this little really neat different area. So you have all these like kind of wooden tubes or something. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be like plants or what. So I knew there was this whole other section, so I wasn't worried that there were still a bunch of Metroids left. Where does this go? Oh, that was a secret escape from the area, so now I gotta go back in. That's weird. You finished AM2R? AM2R was kind of neat. I think I have more appreciation for this one, just because it's... Like, AM2R turns it into, like, a Metroid fusion, or Super Metroid-like thing. Or, like, Metroid Zero Mission. Like, it just changes the style of the game so much, whereas this had its own kind of unique thing that was different than that. But I felt it downplayed a little bit. But I liked a lot of the things they did with it. Like, I liked how they put themes on all the areas that aren't so different. Like, each of the civilization areas. Like that second one with all the water. It was kind of themed as some sort of like water pumping plant or something like that. And stuff like that. They did a lot of really neat things with AM2R. And it was really well put together. There are these little barbell enemies. Alright. So I think there's a Metroid up here somewhere. Ooh! Hey, what's that up there? Probably a missile. Oh! That's interesting. Oh! It's a preview! I don't think I can attack this boss from here, but... Right! It's not a preview. There's a secret passageway through the molted husk of the... this Metroid. I forgot about that. That was a really cool detail. I like that one. Two bricks on the bottom, kind of weird to me, but it's kind of funny, like, because I did play this game so many times years ago. You know, you remember the major things, but you also remember, like, from checking every single corner of the game like I did. I kind of remember where not to look for secrets as well, so there's a lot of stuff like that I just don't have to do. Whereas the first time I played this game, I mean, I spent months on it. Oh yeah, these kind of spiky things on the wall. Is there a Metroid in here? This is a tall room. Wow. Is there a Metroid in here? I think at the very bottom of this room there might be a recharge station. I'll check on my way out. I like these blob enemies with a little XI. Maybe it's this room that had the... Oh, okay, here's another one. Alright. Where's this go? Oh no, is this another... Oh, it's one way! Oh. I gotta go all the way around again. I can't remember if this is an up or down path. That's kind of sneaky. I don't really like that one. They did that. So I seem to recall... Okay, so it's not this room. One of these tall vertical rooms had in it... This one I go over. This one I just fell down a long ways. I'm amazed how deep it goes. Feels like it's too deep for the distance I travel, but I don't know. Maybe not. Oh! It's in here. We've found our last Metroid. Yeah, it's definitely a stepping stone between the two. Ah, okay, so here's the area I was thinking of, where there's a little nice recharge station here. And actually... see, now I can make use of that kind of shortcut through the floor to get out. Yeah, I was saying, like, it doesn't... It's linear. It expects you to... well, not just expects you to get your things in a particular order, but there's nothing to go back for. It's not like Super Metroid, where they made it as a world that's supposed to be interconnected with itself, that you are going back and forth over and discovering new things every time you go back through the world. But instead, like, you just unlock your abilities, and they just kind of provide avenue for variety. It's like you're just doing new things in each new area because you're getting new abilities and have a new thing that will be good for that new area. So I think if I go left here, there's another passage through the ceiling, which will take me out of this area. Back toward the next place. Yeah. So there it's convenient. Okay. So I'll be coming back down here in a bit. I've got to... oh, I've got to destroy one Metroid. Which I guess was in the previous place. So 16 Metroids to go. And just to the left here, I think this was... yeah, I couldn't go down here before. There's that weird... okay, it's like a scorpion thing coming out of the wall. So this game does make you go back, like it makes you go back to this kind of central area where you keep rediscovering the lava's moved further. The Gronky waveform. Like these octopuses. Octopodes. Octopodes. However you want to say it. Like the bass sound. Like I like the way that music works to... it's such a drastically different tone than everything else, but it's like a return to the center of the game where you're making progress again. But I remember I saw someone complain, or more than one person complain, but I saw one person complain and I heard other people repeat that complaint, that some of the map in this game overlaps itself, and I think this might be one of the places. But I don't think it overlaps itself in any meaningful way. Like, it's just, if you happen to put it on a grid, and there's no auto map, so there's nothing to inherently put it on the grid, but... where'd you go? You would find that some stuff overlaps. Which some people would complain doesn't make physical sense. I would just say it does make physical sense if this is supposed to be like a 3D cavern and there could be twists and turns that go back and forth. And I don't think it really makes the game confusing because, like, you don't really have a sense of where the grid is anyway. Other than very vaguely. And in a way I kind of like that. I like the twisty passages it has. Yeah, it's like very subtly non-Euclidean. It's not really a 2D plane. There's some here and there, just a little bit of weirdness, but not in a Lost Woods wrapping around kind of way. It's just more like this passage is a little longer than it would be if this was Super Metroid and they were making a game out of things being connected to each other and attached to each other and going back and forth. So it's like not a need that this game has for it to be that way. So I don't think it's a problem that it isn't quite. But it was interesting to me to see people complaining about that. And I think a lot of people view Metroid and Metroid II from the path of previous games. So I think I just go around and back to the little piece of lava that I just stepped over a moment ago. So here's where I think it starts to get easy to get a little bit lost, because if you don't know, if you don't remember where the last lava was, like I remember it was down here because I just came here, but you could easily just go back and be traversing like the entire previous part of the game. Like never stops you from going back, which is also neat. You can always go back to your ship. I really like that it lets you do that. But I would say it's also great that they figured out in Super Metroid that why not leave you stuff to go back for? That was a great addition to the genre. On the other hand, it makes this one a little bit more focused in some ways. I don't know. Okay, so here we have two Metroids. Oh, we've got another raid. Hi there, Positive Cannon. Boba Man. How you guys doing? Say hi to Junkyard Dave whenever the ads are finished or whatever. These enemies are kind of neat. They remind me of, what's that game? Not Bubble. Balloon Fight? Hi there, Junkyard Dave. Thank you very much for the raid. Also, hello, Citizen86 and Zelda's Kitten. Oh, here's one Metroid. Ah. So I think this is one of the areas where, like, if you map this out on a grid, you would find that there's, like, a path that goes left and right, and they kind of do a helix thing on each other. That, like I was talking about that complaint, like, if this game was about finding your way across, like finding hidden connections between things that are next to each other, then it'd be kind of a bigger problem. But with this, I don't think it is. It's just sort of like a passageway you get to the end of. And if you do map it out, maybe it's kind of interesting that it overlaps. So it's funny that, like, this late in the game, we've killed, I think there were 40-something Metroids at the start, so we're like 30 Metroids in, and they gave us a level 1 Metroid to fight. An alpha? I guess it's an alpha. So is this another fight room? It better be, I don't know where else to go. Okay, here's a beta. There we go. I can refill my missiles, and there will be an earthquake. And now I gotta just find my way back. Oh, it's funny. These are like the same enemy, but here they disappear and reappear, and in the other side they just move left and right. They're like twins with different personalities. I don't know. Interesting. Like this little charging dinosaur. So I had the plasma wave earlier, but I gave it up because I found the spazer afterwards and I just wanted to play with the spazer a bit. But I think in the next civilization area there's like this armory with every single weapon in it. So I can get the plasma back when I get there. So we did this little diversion, and now I gotta go back to the left. So, yeah, this part you go back and forth quite a bit. And if you're playing it slowly and looking at everything and saving and like putting it down for a few days between plays and stuff like that, like this part of the game is definitely a place to get lost, to lose the thread of where you're going. So there's going to be 7 Metroids. Yeah, I think what I'm headed for is like the last civilization area. And yeah, now it's down here. And yeah, so this area was blocked off before, and there's a new enemy I hadn't seen before. Little glowing bug on the wall. Okay, so there will be a pillar here, I think. Maybe it's coming up. Kind of the weirdest thing in the game to me. Oh, I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, here's a new bat. Oh, I love these crow heads that fly out of the lava and spit at you. They're neat. Punk fishes. I think they were called Mohique. And it might be a name kind of related to their hairstyle. Here, these 2 blocks. They look like the wrong pixel scale. And you can't shoot them or bomb them. You can only missile them. And when you shoot them, they... Oh, that one just exploded. But the other one, like, fell down and exploded. Which I thought was neat. And that never happens again or before in the game. This is the new firebug that I was thinking of. Or whatever it is. Alright. So... So playing this in a single session like this, it's kind of making me realize a lot of the music that are similar sounding are different though. So this game has a lot of these like horizontal chambers with nothing in them. And they just set you to be calm for this one time when there's actually a Metroid inside. Okay, so what's down here? I don't think there's anything over there. So... yeah, I think this is the final, like... I keep calling it civilization. It's like the Chozo ruins or whatever. So I think the last thing for me to get is the screw attack and the last energy tank, and I can pick up the plasma for a second time because I'll have access to the armory where I can get everything. Huh. Oh, there's gonna be a Metroid in here for sure. Maybe? Here it is. Oh! Oh! We found our fourth form of Metroid. So the first form of Metroid, like the kind you see in... I think these are actually the most dangerous ones. I always thought of him as like a tiger Metroid. So, I think these are the Gamma Metroids? So, okay, so the Game Boy version is a continuation of the NES games. The idea is the Space Pirates found the Metroid and were going to exploit it for its power and stuff. And they were starting to breed them. So you went to the Space Pirates planet, Zebes or Zebes, and you put a stop to that, right? In this game, you've decided to go to the Metroid homeworld and wipe out the Metroids. And here in their natural habitat... Hang on, did I come out this one? I think I came out this one. Here in their natural habitat, they're apparently exposed to radiation which makes them mutate into other forms. So you occasionally see like the original Metroid form. Yeah, this I haven't been to yet. There we are. Suspicious room. But they immediately mutate into the Alpha Metroids. Okay, so here's the armory. There's the ice beam. I don't need the ice beam again. And then we saw Beta Metroids. Oh yeah, this enemy I think is called Gunzu. And it's kind of funny, because they're covered in guns. I don't know if it's worth checking the underneath of all of those. Probably not. There's some, like, important things in this game that are really deeply hidden. So here's the Spazer, which is the weapon I already have. And then finally I can get back the plasma weapon. Like, I think this enemy's actually invulnerable. The weapon I actually want is the screw attack, because it's very important for defense. But I don't think that's here in the armory, I think it's elsewhere in the building. Just gonna check this one. No. So yeah, that's the plot of this one. You're going to their home planet to eradicate the Metroids. Ah, okay, so there's a top and bottom. The name of the game? What's the name of the game? Return of Samus? So I think I just went in here, and then I came out up above. Okay. So this planet's called SR-388. It does feel very derivative of the Alien movies. Like in the first one, there's one alien. Well, I guess there's more than one Metroid in the first Metroid, but... Okay. This fight seems... So this is a beta Metroid. You just saw it mutate there from its alpha form. But that's basically how it goes with Metroid. So earlier, or just a few minutes ago, I found a Gamma one. It was pretty powerful. And there's one more... Well, there's actually two more forms of Metroid, but... What I mean is... In Aliens, suddenly there was like a big infestation of them and they were going there to like eradicate them, and there's a queen. There's an alien queen in this one. There's a lot of parallels between the Alien movies and the first two Metroid games anyway. I do have space jump. I can just space jump it. So is this where it just came out? I think so. Yeah. I should investigate this wall just in case. Nope. So I'm low on health. I could use some health. Also, Junkyard Dave, what were you playing? I didn't ask. Alright. So here we're getting to the roof of this building. Actually this might be good, because I think there's an energy tank down here. It's hard to find your way, though. Okay, I seem to be lower in the room. Okay, there's a missile. Batman and Tiny Toons. Now, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there's an energy tank. Yeah, it's there. I would like that energy tank. I'm pretty sure there's like a hole in the wall on this side where you kind of go. Like, I think there's somewhere I can jump up in here, but... Oh! There it is. Well, that's alright. A lot of time when people raid, like, they're immediately going to sleep anyway. You know, I know how tiring streaming can be. Alright, so there's 4 more Oh, there's a good spot. Nice, I can refill my missiles too. So where did I come in? At the bottom? I know there's a Metroid in the top right corner of this area. And I think this door here is probably where I get... Or, it wasn't a door, but it was like a bombable block. This is a long climb. If I miss any of these jumps, I fall all the way back down. Maybe I should go up this way. So that's good, I'm back to full health. 220 missiles. I probably don't need any more missiles to finish the game. Oof. But I think I do need this screw attack, which I'm sure is somewhere in this area. Because I think after this we go down into like the Metroid lair. And then the final area with like the Queen and stuff. Okay, is this one gonna mutate? Yeah. If I'd gotten here without a health refill, I probably would have backed away. So I don't think there's anything off to the right here. But, it's funny, I guess you could go and grab the wave beam, which would be the best thing for clearing that room out. Oh, I'd have to space around that. Now, I think there's a thing right here. Aha! And yeah, I knew there was one up here. This is one I remember. This one can be annoying because you can fall out of the space. So, 2 Metroids remain. Oh, that's nice. How do I get in there? Push to make monkey dance. I haven't made a monkey dance button. Oh, good. Okay, so this gets near the wall. Hey, I can refill those too. So that's good. So I gotta go inside here somewhere. Was it high? Was it up higher? I thought it was like below this during the fall area. No, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Okay. Just went the wrong way. Long climb back up. Yeah, after watching long enough, you just have kind of lots of points. I don't know what there is to do with them. So I gotta get over to there. I need to bomb that. Hopefully this leads to the screw attack. Oh, looks like it'll lead to a Metroid as well. I really do like the way this plays to kind of the Game Boy's weaknesses or strengths. Like they're reusing the same bosses constantly. Like there's really only 4 or 5 different Metroids you fight, but making them like this occasional kind of boss enemy, it gets a lot of reuse out of it. There we go, there's the screw attack. Okay, so we now have all the items we need to finish the game. And... oh, that's not the way I came in. And I need to find one more Metroid in this area. Which I'm not entirely certain where it is, but I haven't really finished exploring. The wall's here, so I guess here we go. Like there's probably a cavern on the outer wall somewhere. Because I think I've been everywhere inside. I thought there was one that you have to fight in the spiky room, but I might be wrong. Oh, I already did this one, didn't I? Oh no, I hadn't. There we are. So, 6 Metroids to go. One of them's actually the Metroid Queen. So with the 5 remaining Metroids, we're going really deep into their lair, and they've got one more mutation up their sleeve. Wow, it's a long way down. Okay, hoping this was the way we hadn't gone. So here I have to find one Metroid. Okay, yeah, this is definitely new. Hi there, Duke Donuts. How's it going? Getting into the later areas of Metroid II. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I've played it a lot of times in the past. Okay, so here's where the next area is. That's gonna go deep underground. Into the spooky zone. But I really like what they did for this section here that we're approaching. Which I'll avoid saying everything it's going to be right before it happens, but it's a cool part of the game. You played this for 45 seconds when Game Boy emulation started. So I think this is the room with the Metroid. Ah! So, it's just your regular Alpha Metroid. Which seems weird. I mean, we're nearing the end of the game. We've got our full loadout of stuff. And then I think what happens is... you try and go back, and the way is blocked by lava, I think. Yeah. So that lava was the way you just came in. Which means you're now stuck in this loop. And as you go around the loop a second time, you come back to that room where you just fought the Metroid. Only to find the biggest Metroid. So this is the Omega Metroid. So I really like how they present that. They kind of give you a little... I don't know, I can't be surprised by it because I've seen it many times in the past, but yeah, I think a lot of people look back on Metroid and Metroid II after playing Super Metroid, and it's just not... It doesn't have the same philosophy that made Super Metroid like the defining game of a genre. They're different games with some similar elements. I like the ways that they're not Super Metroid. And I appreciate them more for that now than I think I did even years ago. Yeah, like I really like Metroid 1. For a long time I didn't. I played this one first, and I really loved it, and then I played Super Metroid. I felt like this one was kind of primitive in comparison or something, but I don't think of it that way anymore. This has its own thing to offer that the others don't, but the thing I like most about this game is the music. Like, the soundtrack is very, very unique. Oh, am I going the wrong way? Okay, so there are 3 Metroids left. We've just unlocked the Omega Metroids. I thought I had to go down and... where am I going? I think I've gone the wrong way. I've finally gotten lost. This feels like backwards. No! Okay, I was going the right way. It fooled me. So I played this. I played this, then I got Super Metroid. I never had an NES. So I knew of Metroid. I saw my friend play it once. They rented it. And it looked really interesting. And then... But I only got to play it for like 5 minutes. So I was really hyped for this one, between my love of the Alien movies and being really intrigued by seeing Metroid once. I was really keen on it, and I really did love this game. Like, it was my favorite Game Boy game for a very long time. Hi there, Servants, how's it going? Oh, I don't know which way to go first. How long am I going to be going? Not too much longer. I imagine about another half an hour. Like, there's not too much longer in the game. There are 3... Wait a minute. 4 Metroids remain. Sorry. I was missing the count. Okay, so this is where the next area is going to be. There's lava blocking the path. So when I kill those 3 Metroids, it'll unlock the next path. So yeah, like if you come to this game wanting another Metroidvania, it's not that. It's the gameplay of Metroid, but it's a linear game, and it has some really nice, unique things about it. Oh, I'm sure I went the wrong way and missed one back there. I gotta go back. But yeah, like, this is the final, or penultimate area. There's one area after this, which is the final area. And there's only 3 Metroids. They're gonna be the super-powered ones. Yeah, I should have gone this way first. I'm sure there's gonna be a Metroid this way. I was hoping I'd get the 2 hours best ending, but I guess not. But I haven't played this game in a bunch of years. I don't think I've ever played it through emulation before. Alright. Go. Okay, at this point I'm really hurting for health. Don't see a health refill in this room. Whoa! It's a Servant's Raid. Hey there, B-Lecker, the Gerber Gaming. Inde, Omega Nova Zero, Hell of Ditties. How is everybody? Kazakorp? So how are you tonight, Servants? What were you playing? Oh, I fell down. into the hole. This place looks a lot like parts of the original Metroid. But I really... I want to say I didn't appreciate it. I really like the way that this game makes a lot with kind of minimal abilities, like the very limited memory and ROM space of the Game Boy. The way they reuse things in this game were very effective. You get a lot of unique situations despite having despite how it reuses a lot of elements. I really need health. You have really neat moments like the reveal of the first Omega Metroid that we just saw a little while ago. There's some really interesting consequences to the system. Oh, thank you for the subscription. There's a lot of really cool stuff to this game, and the soundtrack. That's the thing that kept me playing it again and again over the years. Like, it's just a soundtrack that is totally its own thing. And I don't think I've ever played anything with a soundtrack that was like it. Well, it's looking like it's not going to be a 1 credit clear. But that's kind of cool, because it means I get to show the game over screen. Alright. So you can actually erase your save if you press select. So I gotta find a way to refill my health. There's probably a health refill like hidden somewhere in this area, but I don't know where it is. So I probably farm a few of these enemies. Maybe if I go here first and hit that Metroid on the way back. There's going to be another Metroid at the end of this chain, though. Yeah, I will definitely finish this game pretty soon. There's only 3 Metroids left. Okay, so this is going to be... Oh, I don't know if I'm going to survive. It's iffy. Oh, I got it. Okay, I got a refill. So I was saying, like, this game does have low health noise, but it's much more pleasant than like the ones in Zelda or Star Traffic. It's not a beeping, it's just like this buzzing that kind of gets faster and more intense as you get closer to low health. Also, regaining your health is a lot easier in Metroid games in general than in Zelda or Star Traffics. Or, I don't know, there's lots of games with like annoying low health beeping. This is one that does it pretty well, I'd say. Whoa, look how few missiles I have, too. So I gotta go fight an Omega. They really don't give you anything good in terms of somewhere to heal. There's probably something I missed. Well, in some ways it can be important for a game to give you, well, one, an indication that you need to do something about your health, but two, also something to stress you out about it a little more, just to make it a little bit more of a poignant experience. Okay, that was counterproductive. Okay, so I've got one energy tank. So what I was saying is, like, now, as a game developer, I think about what it's doing with the small space it has available to it. But the thing is, like, I think as a kid I still appreciated it, just in a less explicit way. Like, I knew this was a special Game Boy game. It's got a scope and variety to it, and epicness to it that you just don't see in Game Boy games. Another raid. Hi there, Pocky but nah, the Texan Weeb. Somniatus, how are you doing? The bad one. No, it's not bad. This is a good game. How are you doing, Somniatus? What were you playing? Only got 51 missiles. I hope that's enough to fight off this enemy. Maybe I should have farmed for some of those too. Anyhow, there's only 2 Metroids left in the game. Oh, Psychonauts. I really have to play Psychonauts. I have it. People kept recommending it to me, and I played like the first hour of it, and I wasn't really into it. But people still keep recommending it to me, and I'm thinking it must get really good as it goes along. That's the feeling I get about it. So I think I have to go back and play it at some point, but... Oh, finally got it. Okay. So, my local, that L in the corner, it says 0. I've gotten all the Metroids in this area. So there's one more Metroid left on the planet. And, you better believe it's gonna be some kind of Metroid. So, I think there was a save room. Was there one at the top of here? No. There was a... Alright, have a good night, Pocky but nah. Kimco boss from the Contra series? I'm not sure I can guess what that is. Ah, here's my save point. I feel like this room must have a secret... No. Maybe there isn't. Maybe there isn't a secret health reload anywhere here. Maybe it's just a very oppressive place. I know I'm gonna get missiles and health reload in the final area, though. Like, there's only one Metroid left, and I mean... I gotta let you refill for the final one, right? Okay, so this area was filled with lava before, until I got the local Metroids take care of... Oh! The local counter's now broken! It's just 3 dashes. That's funny. There are no Metroids in captivity. I've killed them all, and there's one yet free. Big bug with a woman's face. I'm trying to remember. I actually haven't played through... Wait. Oh, it's funny, like this... The theming of this area is exactly like the starting area of the game, which is really interesting. It's like you've returned to it. And it is. A return to the like, you find out at the end of the game that you... Oh no! I fell back down. Forgot about those. You did a silly thing, Duke Donuts? Oh no, it's a silly thing that's an image. I guess I must click it. Oh no, you're converting Game Boy to janky abused color. It's really funny how there's like how the television signal is supposed to be formulated. Like, you're supposed to have a color signal and a luminance signal, and you're supposed to mix them together. Oh, I forgot about these too. It's a very Meridia, proto-Meridia kind of idea. Mr. Footdangle. Oh, that one! Okay. Yeah, I remember that one now. What? Oh, that was all the way back. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so a television signal, you're supposed to have Luma and Chroma as separate signals and then mix them together, and that makes your composite signal, composite signal, depending on how you like to say that word. Okay, so I gotta just space jump across this, or else I'm gonna be stuck in a loop forever. But then you have like these early computers. The NES is in this category too. But Apple II, basically taking a digital signal for pixels and then just telling, instead of generate... Oh, I fell! No! Let me back down. Instead of generating a separate color signal and mixing them together, they just tell the television that the color signal is actually a much lower frequency than it should be, and they make it out of pixels, which is bizarre. And they're really dirty pixels too. Like, they're not at a clean frequency, so the TV can never really decode them cleanly. They're like square waves when they should be sine waves kind of deal. But they did it because it was cheaper than building more and television signal circuitry. I forgot about this area and how much nonsense it is. It's so calm though, like after everything it put you through in the last area. I really wonder if there was a health refill somewhere in the second to last area that I missed. Ah! But by the same token, I'm thinking they maybe just intentionally didn't put one in because of how it can make the game more tricky and stressful. Okay, so I think you have to spider ball your way out of here. Oh, you can't climb this with the spider ball. So here you're just kind of trapped in a dense liquid. Alright, so that was the last save spot in the game. And now it's this big empty room. Hi there, Raze. How's it going? Oh wow, I've been on a little bit longer than I thought I would be. So I thought coming back to this. So I played this game a lot. I beat it many times. There we go. There's my refill. So I thought I haven't played it in years, so I thought I could just pick it up and probably do a 2-hour best ending clear. And it looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't think I want to go in here yet. This is the middle. It's looking more like 2.5-hour clear. So I wasn't far off. Oh, no, this is the final area. Okay. I did want to go in there. So this game, unlike Metroid, well, I'll just show you. Here in the final area, there is one more Chozo statue with an item. The head's broken off, which is so cool and ominous. Here the hand is over here. And it's another ice beam. Which I think the original Metroid doesn't. There's only like one place to find ice beam. Or maybe there's 2 locations for it, but I think it gives you a hint in the manual that the Metroids might be susceptible to ice, but it's a pretty missable fact. There's 2 ice beams, 1 wave beam, 1 long beam. So I'm gonna go back to the room below and save, just in case something bad happens with the final boss here. So this is just like a big open chamber. With 3 entrances at the top, and so one of them gives you a refill, one of them gives you the ice beam that you're going to need for fending off Metroids, and the other one gives you the way into the final area, which it kind of telegraphs with the music. So, my Metroid indicator on the bottom right says there's 1 Metroid left, and my local thing indicator of how many Metroids there are has broken apparently, which says ... So I like how coming into this area, like you had that big area which didn't have many enemies in it, which made it hard to regain life. It had no health refill that I found, but it had really tough Omega Metroids. And then right after that, it had this long stretch of just like this heavy goop that you keep falling back through, and it's hard to get through, but it looks like the original part of the game. Like, I like all the things that it's telling me, and it's reusing stuff that I've seen before to do it. So anyhow, I get up here, and we can see this thing. You may recognize this from the Super Metroid intro, actually. But here the music changes. Oh, and there's now 9 Metroids? And here they are. It's finally the original Metroids are back. The whole game you've been finding them, but they immediately like molt and turn into the Alpha Metroids. Oh. So now you finally have a chance to fight them like they were in the original. And I think the manual does tell you about the using ice on them. So when you find ice in the final area, you kind of know what to do with it and why. And if you didn't read the manual, maybe it's a hint that it's what you need. Are the US and Japanese versions different in storyline? I don't think so. I think I've looked at translations before, but I don't remember anything that's supposed to be different. There was some sort of like... there were things like art books and strategy guides that were released in Japan that kind of had extra material that is not exactly canon, but is also sort of official. Okay, so I wiped out the 8 Metroids that were just newly born. Like, those were not on my scanner, they just appeared. And this is the first time a door like this has had pieces missing. It's like, it's crumbling. It's really interesting, like, how they show all this. So if you didn't get all the Metroids, I think you'd come down here and the room would be empty. This music is so... There's not much to it, but it's the lead up to what we've got right here. It's the Queen. Wait, can I actually damage the Queen with the... I should stop messing around with this. There, it's gonna wipe me out. So you can use the space attack to fend off the attacks. If you get a missile into her mouth, you can kind of freeze her. You can also jump up inside. Oh, I did that wrong. But you can crawl inside her and lay bombs in her stomach. I don't know if I can do it and survive. At least I think there's a way to do it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I think I'm gonna have to do this again. So you can always escape. And it drops you right back out here. So if you manage to get through there without killing the Metroids, you could drop out here and find the ice beam. In Japan, each Contra happens a year after the previous game. US versions of Taiwan. Oh, that's weird. Well, I don't know. I don't recall ever running across anything that isn't consistent between like Metroid Japan and USA. I went through the manual and translated parts of it. I haven't really looked at it for this game, but this game, I don't know, like it's referred to during oh no, I'm gonna have to... do this again. Like, the story of this connects right into Super Metroid, and like at the beginning of Super Metroid it shows you basically the ending of this game. So I thought you could crawl down the neck of the alien queen and then lay bombs in her stomach. I couldn't figure out how to do that this time. I seem to recall being able to go up the neck, but it didn't seem to be working. So I don't know. There might be minor differences in the story, especially in the early ones, but I think by the time we get to like Super Metroid, they're pretty consistent without changing much like that. So here I end up going through this whole section a second time. But the music's not tuned up, that one. So maybe we should actually play this smart instead of trying to do the thing. Okay, she's taking a lot of damage now. I don't know, I seem to recall being able to crawl inside, but maybe I'm not remembering. Ah, there we go. So I finally beat her. So the first time I played this game, like I got here and I didn't have enough missiles to survive. And I had to like explore the world to find more stuff. Oh yeah, this music theme, how it follows that intense battle is just so neat. So you meet the egg, and it hatches, and it makes cute noises. So it was funny, like in the area just before the final boss, the terrain looked a lot like the caverns at the start of the game, which you're basically about to find out you're pretty close to being back to the surface. So, Raze, did you ever finish Legacy of the Wizard, or are you still working on that one? Because I don't remember seeing an ending. Here you go. You break out to the surface. I forget whether it's left or right, but... oh, it's the other way. So, like, you started this game coming down to the surface with your ship. Well, there's no animation or anything of the ship, it's just... you start the game next to your ship on the surface. Oh, no, it was to the right. I went the wrong way. But I like this little sound that the Metroid makes. So you kind of climb this wall. So when I went up the left wall, I basically went up to the edge of space and started... I don't know if I touched it and started taking damage, but you do if you go up there. And here's your ship. And there's like a really weird item in the middle of the ship. Because like normally there's an energy fill on the left and a missile fill on the right. And this is the cavern that you went in at the start of the game, but it's closed off from all the earthquakes. So I really love that, how you just return to the surface. And this music, like there's not much to it, but it's just kind of this nice pentatonic thing kind of phasing over itself. Really pleasant. Anyhow, whatever this item is, we get it. I guess it's the end of game item. And here's some credits. And I'll find out what my time was. So I guess it'll probably say about 2:30. And I think the best ending is 2 hours. Which I guess is trickier than I thought it would be. That's okay. Any ending is good enough. Yeah, you get to watch Samus running. So in the original Metroid, they had like the 3 endings where Samus takes off her helmet and you can see her hair and stuff. Or if you do really well, you know, she changes out of her suit. In Metroid II, they weren't keeping Samus's identity a secret. They just tell you in the manual who she is and stuff. But they still do the same kind of thing. Deer Force. Yeah, I don't know when Deer Force formed. There were probably some members of this team that were on Super Metroid. Oh! No, I did get the good ending. I wonder what the threshold is. Well, there we go. That's Metroid II for Game Boy. Still like it. I might like it even more now than I did a few years ago, last time I played it. There's a lot of neat things to it. And I do think it gets overshadowed by Super Metroid having established a lot of things about its own genre that if you expect them from this, it will be a disappointment in that way. But if you're not looking for those things, I think it really does stand up very well as its own game. What do I think of the remake? Another Metroid 2 remake? I think it's really nice. I think it takes away from some of the things that are unique about this game, in that it kind of turns it into a Metroid Zero Mission style game. And I think it is a really nice Metroid Zero Mission style game, and I really enjoyed it. And I really like the theming they put on all the areas, a lot of the details. But in the same respect, I don't consider it a substitute for this, because this has a really interesting flavor and style to it that none of the other Metroid games had. Another Metroid II remake. It was a fan remake for PC. Actually, there's another one for DS, I think, or 3DS called Samus Returns or something. I haven't played that one, so I don't know about that remake. So there's two remakes of Metroid 2. And weirdly, the one that came out first is called Another Metroid 2 remake. You'd have to look around to find it. I'm sure it was taken down from the site it was originally hosted on, because they got like a DMCA shortly after release from Nintendo, and then a few months later, Nintendo released their own remake of it, which I don't know too much about. So I guess you can't really press. Oh. I do want to play just a little bit of the start of the game again, just because I skipped it. There's like a shortcut at the beginning of the game, which I used, but I feel like if I'm showing people what this game's like, maybe maybe it's worth seeing. But basically right here, you can skip first couple of rooms here. I don't think it's much of a shortcut. Yeah, I didn't skip much at all. I just skipped like this little room. And then you go across here, and it keeps going. And then you fall out right here. I think there's a gap in the ceiling right there. So that's all I skipped. Anyhow... Oh no, Game 2 isn't a New Game Plus. There's just three saves. There's 3 save slots, so you can save in slot 1, 2, 3. And you can erase your save. Makes a cool explosion sound. Hi there, Adventure Josh. I'm just finishing up Metroid 2. So yeah, that's a neat game. I still like it. And I like it in different ways than I used to, but when I was a kid and I got this, it was my favorite game for a very long time. Does it look better in green than gray? Yeah, I set up some custom shaders to... There's like a Game Boy shader that came with RetroArch that did some stuff that I liked, but it tuned a lot of things, like it goes too far with like the grid and blurring and stuff. I kind of toned it back and set it up in a way that I think looks nice. I don't know. And yeah, I do kind of remember my Game Boy having like a greenish tinge to it. Greenish or yellowish, depending on like how much battery life it had. Gray doesn't look right to me when playing Game Boy games. So yeah, it's just RetroArch, but I have like a modification of their Game Boy shader. Anyway, that'll be it for me for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Use the Apple II color filter. That'd be an interesting way to play. You can also play it like on Super Game Boy, and it'll like color the sprites. But I never really thought that games looked that great in Super Game Boy form that way, because unless they were games that came out after Super Game Boy and were designed around it, but like adding color to a thing that didn't have color before, it tends to make things look weird in ways. Yeah, you get a lot of backgrounds that are the same. And also later in the game, you have kind of like short retreads to get back to the next open area, and if you miss one of those, you can end up going way back through the game and not really knowing where to go next. Color, wonderful light. Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, have a good night, everybody.